Welcome back to Antihero Spike. Thanks for turning into my brutally honest review on Pokemon Legends ZA. Now you're probably wondering, hey Zach, why aren't you showing any footage or screenshots from the game? Well, my dear viewer, that's because Nintendo's out there threatening copyright strikes on anyone who dares to use their game footage. And since I've only got 5 legendary subscribers, I don't exactly have the legal experience or the editing skills to risk it. So yeah, we're playing it safe rather than sorry on this one. Anyway, back on topic, it's finally here, Pokemon Legends ZA. And honestly, I think it could have been so much more. Yeah, it's not the worst Pokemon game I've played, but man, it's nowhere near as legendary as the name would have you believe. Let's start with the obvious, the graphics. They're fine, mediocre even. For a 2025 game, it feels like Game Freak still hasn't figured out how to make Pokemon look modern. You'd think after Legends Arceus, they'd level up a bit, but nope, ZA looks like it was made on the same engine just with some extra filters slapped on top. Then there's the story. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear it was written by ChatGPT, and I say that because it feels like a prompt that said, write a Pokemon story about urban renewal, but forget to include an actual villain. It was just all over the place. There's no coherent antagonist. Sure, we got Lysander and some of the Team Flare remnants, which was cool. Nostalgia points there, but they're more like background extras than actual threats. The game desperately needed a main villain with real presence, real motivation, something to make me care about what's going on. Now let's talk gameplay, specifically the battles. Why do I have to hold down a button just to attack? Who thought that was fun? It's like Game Freak said, let's make battling Pokemon feel like charging a phone battery. And the worst part, the accuracy system. My Pokemon would miss attacks because there's a tiny stair step in the way, or because the enemy is standing 3 inches higher on an elevated platform. Like, bro, I'm not trying to play Pokemon Tactical Elevation Simulator. Just let me hit the move. But it's not all bad. The characters, some of them are actually great. Especially Corabue, whose name I'm probably butchering since it's French. He's the mafia boss of the Rust Syndicate. That dude is awesome. He's shady, dangerous, but he's got a code of honor and generally wants to protect Lumiose City. He's like if Giovanni had therapy and a moral compass. And the fact that he's got history with Lysander, that was some really nice world building. Easily one of the highlights of the game, for me. Then there's Canary. I got mixed feelings about her. First of all, with a name like Canary, you'd think she'd specialize in flying types, right? But no, she's an electric type expert. Missed opportunity there. She's super cute and funny, especially when she swears like a Twitch streamer, which honestly makes her one of the more realistic characters Pokemon has ever written. But let's be real, she's basically Iona 2.0 from Scarlet and Violet. A total copy-paste job. Entertaining, but not original. Oh, and one of my favorite surprises, Lita. Finding out she's Tyranno's little sister from Pokemon X and Y was such a cool moment. I actually figured that out before anyone spoiled it online, and I'm still proud of that. That's the kind of subtle connection I wish the game had more of. Now let's address the biggest issue Pokemon fans keep shouting about. No voice acting. How in the hell, in the year 2025, does a billion-dollar franchise still not have voice actors? Every emotional moment just falls flat because it's silent. I'm staring at characters with open mouths and no sound. It's like watching a pantomime RPG. Voice acting would make these games feel more alive. Instead, we're still stuck reading endless text boxes like it's 2006. At the end of the day, Pokemon Legends, the A isn't terrible, it's just frustrating. It's a game that's almost got it right. Cool setting, interesting characters, good potential, but stumbles with lazy design choices, weak story structure, and half-baked ideas. Is this really in the future of Pokemon that I hope Game Freak realizes that fans want evolution? Not just repetition. My final score is 5 stars out of 10. Fun at times, frustrating most of the time, and definitely not the legendary return to form we were promised. I would have given it a 6 out of 10 stars, but I felt like that much would have been a little too much. Like being too generous, basically. And my last complaint is whenever the Pokemon were going rogue and going through rogue mega evolutions or whatever the hell they were called, they were just sitting there doing nothing, just standing around waiting for the character to interact with them. They weren't going on an actual rampage. There weren't any civilians getting caught in the crossfire. There weren't damaged buildings. There weren't cars being thrown in the air. Basically, it was just they just felt so lifeless before you started the battle with them. Which I admit they were fun most of the time. But when I was trying to replay for the second time with a different Pokemon as my starter, basically I felt like there was no point. I It wasn't very fun for me to play the game again, and I don't know if this game even has any actual replay value. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope today I earned your like and subscribe. I hope with your help I can turn this small-time YouTube channel into a full-time career. Thanks again for watching. So long, take care, and stay cool, fans.